Hello, Beans. How are we doing? I see we've already gotten some identities assigned. I'm guessing Shawnee's was rainbow, judging by the heart that you put in chat. Hi, everybody. Hello. Look who remembered to actually put on her rings today. It's because I left the house. um, let's just shake the table. That's kind of the vibe today. Hi, Stars. Um, and hi, Shawnee, and hi, Sparkle. I don't remember if I said that. Oh, I'm gonna guess that you got ace. Am I right? Um, oh, I definitely didn't. Okay. I'm not gonna flip this envelope over. Hello, Bewitch. Goodness gracious. Hello. I just started. Oh, nice, Sparkle. Arrow is good too. The Arrow Ace flag is like unmatched. Hi, Bewitch. Good to see you. Could we get a shout out, please? I'm pretty sure you're already on it. Yep, sure was. Thank you. What were you working on today? I know that you'd been doing the Excellent. I got it. I am a Red Cross certified babysitter, which I think is why I'm such a good streamer. Thanks for coming in. Were you still working on your holiday cards? Those were turning out really nice when I saw them. So, but yeah, Bewitch is cool. If you don't know Bewitch, you should know Bewitch, because Bewitch hangs out here and in other places that are cool. Excellent. You're getting there. You're getting there. I don't know. I feel as the redeem that I have goes, I do feel the Christmas noose beginning to tighten. Um, my advent calendars started out as like a fun little treat a day, and now has turned into like a horrifying countdown.
I can feel the Christmas noose beginning to tighten.
Yeah, just like that. Thank you, Shawnee. um, but yeah. If you want to share your socials or anything, but which you should feel free. We don't need to. You don't need a permit or anything. Just go for it. Yeah, that's so fair. Honestly, like any card is a good card. It's like any hole is a goal. Any mail is good mail. You know. I'm not doing Christmas cards this year, nor am I doing Christmas gifts for the most part. Everybody who got a Christmas gift either has gotten it way early, like I got it for them in November, or they're going to get it way late because I'm still working on it. And that's just for Cap, if I'm being honest. Because I may have overcomplicated a project a little bit. I've never done that before. I never in the world. Very true, Sparkle. And yeah, welcome in. Enchanting Elk. What a great name. Elks are enchanting. So yeah, you should go check out Bewitch. Bewitch is niceys. Actually, this is just my brain is kind of all over the place. I've been having like a time of it. um, but there's a bunch of elks on the drive down from Portland to where my grandma lives, and we used to do that a lot. And we're doing that over the holidays. Um, and so there's this one town, like the entire purpose of the town is to be a tourism town for people to go look at elks. And they are enchanting to look at. They really are. So I'm hoping we get to see some elks. It's not really the right time of year for them to be there, but sometimes they are anyway, so maybe I'll get to see some elks, other than just the enchanting one in my chat. Lovely. And hello, Cap. I was in the middle of a rant. You'll understand. Yeah, elks are really cool. It's like, I don't know, it's like if a deer and a moose like had a little child. That's what an elk is. So they seem a little bit less scary because they're closer to a deer size. They are bigger than deer, just to be clear. But they are smaller than a moose. And, you know, it's just like the best of both worlds, really. You should, Sparkle. I'm also a big fan of just getting like pride stickers and putting them on everything I own. Which actually I started doing this and then Bewitch came in. Um they're bigger than reindeer. We have a lot of reindeer and caribou up here too. Like not in town for the caribou, but we do have there's somebody who has a reindeer that they walk around on a leash downtown during um like during tourist season here. So that, and sometimes they bring them to like Ferrandi, which is like a winter festival that we have. Yeah, yeah, they are a similar look, yeah. Yeah, like a reindeer moose, you know? I also don't know that I've ever seen an elk do something really stupid the same way that a deer does. Like, you know that one a roost. I like that. um, but like God, I can tell that my brain is like not online today. I'm never gonna finish my sentence about this. I'm just gonna hold this here and you all have to wonder. Um, but there's that one um, video of the deer like tripping over one of those plastic kiddie slides and then it starts a song. I love that. It plays in my head on a regular basis. You know what I didn't do? I didn't put my phone in streaming mode, and I've been getting so many spam calls today. Sorry, random spam caller, you have been denied the right to buzz. Yes, exactly. Yes, it's excellent. It's excellent. I did see it on Instagram a while ago. Yeah, it's around. It's around. You'll find it. But okay, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. We're going to talk about this. Okay. Somebody, thank you for the follow, got me a gift off of my throne, a little Christmas gifty. Um, and I cannot tell you who it was because they were anonymous. So, but I got a little sticky and it arrived in the mail, so I thought we could open it together. And I'm being very careful not to show you the other side of the envelope because I did not de-dox myself. Um, but we got a little sticky. And I don't have my sticker book out here. It's in the other room because I was putting stickers on my journal for next year. But look at her. Isn't she precious? Muffy's aesthetic is like unmatched, honestly. Oh, this is one of the new ACS songs that I haven't actually listened to except on stream. I keep forgetting. But this is from Sugar Studio, if anybody is also interested in Muffy. Um, and here's the card. I will leave that. It's probably going to be in better focus if I just leave it down there, but I'll leave it there for a second if anybody wants to grab it. What else do I have to say? Man, so you know how I said that I was so super determined to stream today because I'd missed a lot of Tuesdays? My dentist really tried to cancel stream on you guys. I just want to throw that out there. So I had a dentist appointment this morning for a cleaning and an exam. I did not get a cleaning because the hygienist called in today, and I found that out while I was in there getting checked in. And they were like, well, we have an appointment available today for 2 o'clock. I was like, I can't do 2 o'clock because I have stuff to do. So I just want you to know that I picked you guys over a dentist appointment, which, let's be real, that isn't really like saying much, but I did get an exam done. I did get new x-rays taken, and I have a cleaning scheduled, and to get 2 crowns out of, I think the total that I need to get is 8 done in late January. So we can all look forward to that. And we talked about this on stream a little while ago. Brush and floss your teeth. Do it. Do it. Otherwise, you could be staring down like a 15K dental bill like I am. Yes, the deer is so good. It's so funny. I laugh every time I see that. It's great. But yeah, so onwards we trek through our little, I don't know. I've been calling it, it's not exactly a walk of shame. That has a different connotation, but it's like, I don't know, dealing with the aftermath of mental health issues, like going to the doctor again for the first time in a million years is like a lot. So, hello, Graham. I will do a stretchy. I will do a hydrate. Oh, I also need to erase the pencil lines on this before I forget. Something nice about myself today that won't make me cry. Oh my God, why do you use the freaking gobble? Okay, I've done a stretchy. I took a sippy. What do I want to say? I may cry when I say this. I'm already gonna start crying. Never mind. Let's not say that out loud. Me, can I manage to not cry for 2 hours today? Apparently the answer is no. I'm doing my best to take care of myself. How about that? Which includes doing unpleasant things like going to the dentist. I'm fine. I'm just having a time. Yeah. Okay. Oh, this is what we finished last time. I know we rated Bewitched last time, so, but you can see the shine better when it's on video. So yeah, metallics. Look at her. She's so pretty. And I did remember to sign it, even though we didn't do it on stream. Because I definitely did not do that on stream last time like I meant to. But we're gonna work on a bug today, everybody. And it's a golden bug, and it's a fun bug. But we're gonna paint this guy today. And he is based on the golden tortoise beetle, which I do have some reference images of here, so I can show you because they're really gold. And they do turn red when they get freaked out, which I think is so valid. I also turn red when I get freaked out. So, but they're so shiny, and they have like this clear little exoskeleton in their exoskeleton thing that looks really cool, which is why you can see his legs through this part. But I also wanted to make this a little bit of a Tangle Tower reference, which is why he's looking at himself on a little piece of paper. So it's like a vague Tangle Tower reference just because I think it's neat. And I'm remembering to actually erase the pencil marks before we go on. And then I can use Leon to pick up all the extra eraser ink. I do think I probably should have put a line right there for his butt, but I didn't. Do I want to actually do that? I don't know that I care enough to do that. Next question is, where is my son Leon? Where did I put him? Maybe he's on vacation. There he is. Underneath a bunch of stuff. I'm sorry, my son. He's just a little robot vacuum that Cap got me for my birthday. But it's so helpful for the eraser gun. And we named him Leon. His eyes only turn on when he's turned on. Not that you can really see because of the light today, but... Okay. Whew. So, have I planned out all the colors I want to use on this or how I want to paint it? No, I haven't. We're just going to go for it and hope for the best. Which I'm sure is definitely like the right pick in the mental state I've been in the past couple days. One thing I do know for sure is I want to make this paperclip red. That's pretty much all we know. I was going to put like a little coffee mug ring on here, but I didn't end up liking the way it looked. So we might just like inking. I didn't like the way it looked. So I might just do that with watercolor, or we might just not do it at all. We'll find out. But yeah, figuring out how to do the gold shading is going to be interesting, and I'm not entirely sure how that's going to work, if I'm being honest. But we're gonna try our best, and that's the best that we can do, and that's just how it's gonna go. But I think that I do want to start with the like little note up here, just because that feels more approachable right now. I think also doing the magnifying glass will not be super difficult, um, because I have a good idea in my head of what that looks like. Um, the beetle, I think maybe doing like an underpainting in green for the shadows and then putting the gold on top. So like doing green for shadows and then yellow underneath for the highlights and then putting the gold over top of that to give it a little bit more depth will work. Um, but I'm not 100% sure. We're gonna find out on the fly a little bit. I'll probably do like a test on a piece of scrap paper. Because I can just do like a little wash over some of the colors on here and see how that looks with the metallics. Um, but yeah, that's just me walking through my thought process. I don't know. I'm not good with schedule changes, and the schedule has already changed once today, so I decided to make a schedule change of my own just to like assert dominance over the schedule changes of the day that I didn't have control over, which I'm sure is a perfectly healthy way to go about my life. Some days it just be like that. Should I really do this paperclip first? No, but I want to, so that's what we're doing. Um, but a gold beetle plays a role in the story in Tangle Tower, which is one of my favorite little games. It's a great puzzle game. If you liked, I don't know, the sass of like Curse of Monkey Island when you were younger, or I don't know, whatever age, you would probably like that game. And if you like little puzzle games and like detective stories, you will like it. Very good game. Also, there's a sequel coming out soon, which Stars played the demo for it on her stream. I have not played the demo because I know I would start the demo and then get angry that there wasn't more game because I want it. Do you think I've made this paperclip a little bit thin for dealing with shading? So we're not gonna worry about it too much. That's when since I have been doing a lot of the um, line art digitally and then transferring it to paper, one of the things I've noticed is that I tend to put in like way too many tiny baby details that I can't actually work with once it's actually like the correct size. Because I can't zoom in on this, you know? Like, strange antiquities. Ooh, that sounds good. I did like Strange Horticulture. Good game. Did I? I don't think I ever went back and finished all. Oh no, I did. I was like, I don't think I went back and finished all of the achievements in that one, but I think I actually did. It's just been a while. Stars also played Strange Horticulture on her stream, just in case anybody was wondering. But yeah, that sounds like right up my alley, honestly. Okay, I need to do this test so that I know what yellow I'm using on the post-it. It's not really a post-it, but like how visible is that? Through the gold. Oh, it's a sequel! Okay, cool. Okay, I do think that that is pretty visible, so I think we can do an underpainting in the plain colors and then do the gold over top and it'll be fine. I've only used this gold um to do like a whole flat like on this before. I haven't used it to do like an underpainting and then sparkle over the top. So we're in uncharted territory, but I think we can handle it. I mean, it's just paint. Like, it's not that big a deal. I am gonna want to brown up the paper. Which maybe I want to do that first. Because I probably want to use New Gamboge for the highlights. And then do sap green for the low lights here, which means I would do New Gamboge on here since it's going to be a flat color drawing. Me trying to plan out colors in my head. I should have thought about this yesterday, but I didn't. So we get to think about it today. What color do I want to make the paper? Probably like a little bit of ochre, maybe a little bit of burnt umber, and maybe a little bit of blue to chill that out. A little bit of purple. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'll probably go back over and brown up the edges a little bit more. I think actually making the edges like blackened a little bit, like it was burned, would be good because that also falls in line with some of the story points and will take it farther away from the inspiring image here. Like, I really like the game and I enjoy the art style. Like, I want to eat the art. I looked at the art book that they included with like the collector's edition or whatever the right word is for that, for like a solid 2 hours straight, and I was just like, I want to eat this. I just love the freaking art style they chose, and it's so good. And I just love being able to see like all the tiny little details that an artist has included, where they just get to like ramble at you about all the little details that they put in. That's one of my favorite things. Oh, I need to not forget that I have tea too, which is one of the ones from my advent calendar. It's not an interesting one today, per se. It is the tea company that I use. It's their equivalent of coat or throat coat. Um, they call it throat therapy, but welcome back. Wow, that is really not even remotely as intense on stream as it is in person. Like that little shadow right there. Huh. I don't know. It's always interesting to me how different it looks on camera. And I mean, part of that is the camera, and part of that is my laptop. Like, there are multiple points where those colors are getting changed. But it's always interesting. And, like, none of our eyes see color the same way. Like, it's all a little individualized, which breaks my brain if I think about it too hard. But it still is interesting to see the disparity. Disparity? That's not the right word. Discrepancy between what I'm seeing with my eyeballs and what I'm seeing with my eyeballs on the screen. I mean, I'm going to end up like color editing this like crazy to make a sticker out of it anyway, so like it's not that serious, but it is interesting to me. I know you did a very pretty bloom, but that's not what we want right now. Calm down, please. Thank you. Okay. I think brown up the edges and then add a little bit of gray, like maybe they've been singed a little bit. I think that's the play. Which I am going to tone down the brown a little bit, but not like a lot. Yes, exactly. It's wild. And like there are like fancy ways to like change the color balance on your programs and your monitors and stuff, but like still it still changes. Like even if you do all of the like, oh yes, you need to do XYZ to make it look right. And it's even worse if you're doing like which which color is it? It's like RGB is like really different from screen to screen. If I'm remembering right, which I may not be. If I get this done today, I have no idea what we're doing on stream on Friday. If I'm being honest. We still, like, I still have that year metal idea, but I think it would be better to do that one digitally. I don't know. I don't know what else to do this month. I'm like tapped out, honestly, because I'm so stressed about travel stuff. I just like do not have the creative energy to figure out what in the hell I'm doing from day to day. So maybe we just sit here and do nothing on Friday. I don't know. Because originally I was going to have notebooks that I would be decorating for my family as gifts. And like, though we've talked about this. We've talked about the Amazon driver who took my package as their severance pay, which like valid, but also I needed those. So I really don't have the time to do that. Even though I have a couple ideas for it, I really don't have like the mental space or time to figure that out. So I did get a couple more notebooks and they were late. They showed up a couple days ago. Um, so it was late enough that I really didn't have the time to figure it out. But I don't know. We could just sit on stream and I could write my packing list and we could all watch me freak out. That's also a perfectly valid option. Oh, I should also clean the red off of my palette at some point. feel like any holiday that's like touted as being a family holiday is like always a super stressful time, even if you like your family. Like, I don't know, just like, oh yeah, a big holiday where we all get together and it's great, except like there's so many logistics and difficult things that it's like always stressful, even if you enjoy it, you know? Like when I was little, um, uh, one set of my great grandparents lived pretty close to us, and for holidays, like for Christmas, we'd always go and spend time with them. Like there would be a big meeting of all the family and everything. And like as a kid, that was stressful, but fine. Like, because I was a kid, I wasn't in charge of anything. But like looking back on it as an adult, that must have been like so much work for my poor great aunt. Like, because once my great grandparents moved in to her house, um, she was basically in charge of all of the stuff, and like that must have been like so much to deal with, because it was not a small amount of family members. I mean, we stopped doing that once my great grandma passed away, but like because grandpa passed pretty shortly after that, but like I don't know. Like I get the idea that you want to see your relatives and stuff, especially if you're like older, but it just seems like so much work to me. But I also am not like a gathering person. That's just not who I am as an individual. So take that with a grain of salt, I guess. Or a grain of autism. I don't know. Okay. Um, I need to let the edges of that dry a little bit before I add more gray to it. I I'm tempted to add a shadow underneath the post-it to make it look a little bit more like in place, but I'm going to erase that when I prepare the sticker anyway to print, so it seems like kind of a pointless endeavor to me. Although I could just do it on the painting and then take it out for the sticker. Although I haven't sold these yet, so I don't know if I'm planning to sell them. I don't know what I'm doing. I think we all knew that already, but like, I'm just flying by the seat of my pants for all this. So I'm not planning on, if I decide to sell these, I'm not planning on doing it. Um, until after I have the stickers all set up and ready to release. Excuse me. So that if there is something wrong with a scan or something, I can rescan them and it won't be an issue. Although that's never been an issue before, I'm just overcautious. Um, Magnifying glass. That's a good idea. Thank you. I did not look at any references for how a magnifying glass like actually magnifies. I just guessed. So maybe it will help me if I look up a reference so that I know what the highlight on that should look like. Sometimes I like am very careful about finding references and like being realistic in my weird little cartoony way, but like sometimes I'm just like, this is what it looks like in my head. I'm just gonna do it. And then I get to painting it and I'm like, oh wait. Yeah, I'm just thinking about like for the actual glass, how I want to do a highlight on that. Because in my head, I do not know if this is connected to reality. Um, it would be dimmed a little bit, like a vignette style, if you will, around the edges of the lens because that's closer to the metal. So there's going to be a shadow there. And then have a highlight like right through here for the glass. But I also am like, I'm not going to say I'm bad for it, but my tendency is to just go with where I think shadows are in my head, and those are often not connected to reality. Um, which is a problem with like actually being able to visualize stuff in my head. Just because it's in there doesn't mean it's correct. You know, like, I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, pretty much. It's just like, this is what my brain said, so that's what we're doing. And like anybody who knows my brain knows that we should not be doing everything my brain says. I do want to add a little bit of a deeper shadow underneath this paperclip. So I'm gonna do that. I will, you guys will also notice, I've mentioned this on stream before, I think, but if I'm making shadows, it's always with the light coming from one specific direction. Like when I start doing stuff without a reference image, or like if I'm just doing it through my head, the light is always coming from right here. It's so funny. I will do a stretchy. Thank you, Shawnee. That's exactly the shadow we need. You're so right. We just need to kiss the shadows. Ooh, I really hope you guys did not just hear my back pop. Okay, I've done a stretchy. I've done a sippy. Thank you. Yeah, exactly. The light should be right here. That's how life works. I don't know why my brain has decided that, but... Oh no. I can never tell what gets picked up with my headset and what doesn't. Because, like, I can hear it, but that doesn't always mean that the mic picks it up. We'll see if my neck does the really nice crunchy pop today. My neck's been bugging me. Because you guys will definitely hear that one. Yeah, that's so fair. Yeah, I'm just like, I'm a top left person. I wonder if that's just like an artist thing where we all have our preferred, like, direction for the light. Are you dry? Oh, there's little sparkles in there. I can see you. That's the problem with like the mica paints. Well, problem is that like it's the same with any glitter, honestly. It's just like if you get glitter in one place, it's always going to be someplace, you know? I think doing that right there, unless I add a little bit more through here, is just going to look like the line art is a little bit funky. I think that's better. But the paint that's their color of the month this month is mica pigment. So I've got little shards of rock everywhere for the rest of all time, but it's shiny rock, so it's okay. The only rocks we like having little pieces of and stuff are mica and salt. That's it. We don't want any other tiny rocks, thank you. At least not, you know, regularly. Okay, I think that's good. I think I need to deepen up shadows here, but I think I need to do those with a warmer tone versus the gray, like a saturated tone, so that it doesn't look the same as the edges. What should you draw? What are we feeling? Like at all, or should I just like throw something out? Because I have an idea, but I don't know if it's something you want to do right like now. Like I don't know if that's what you're feeling. But I have a cute idea. I think that it would be really cute to see the hand size difference between Pelora and Shive. Yeah, I think that would be really cute. I love that you're shipping them now. I think they're adorable. Also, cheese is always a good choice. I agree with Bewitched there. That's pretty good. Let me... Where did I set my phone? Man, there are a lot of women called Spam likely trying to call me today. I'm taken, ladies. Magnifying glass, that's what I was doing. I need to add stock image to that, or it's only going to show me photoshopped bullshit for sale listings. Okay. Yeah, okay, so my idea was pretty much right, but I should put a highlight on both sides and not just the one. Glass is so difficult. It's just like a mystical creation that I don't understand. It refracts light in such weird ways. Okay. Especially when we've molded it to shape, like, to refract light in a very specific way to do a specific task. For real, Shawnee. That's something else I need to do when I get back is get an eye appointment because my eyesight has gotten noticeably worse. But everything costs monies. Okay. I also need to decide what color I want to make the metal on the magnifying glass. I might just do black. Just because, like, normally, like, if I was just doing the magnifying glass, I'd do, like, a metallic bronze probably for that. But since we're doing metallic gold for the beetle, I want that to be the main focus and not have the magnifying glass pull away from that. But because I feel like the action line here draws you away enough without needing to, like, add a similar color up here to have it pull. Maybe I'm just overthinking everything. That's usually what I do. I think doing it like black is fine. And I think that I'm just, I don't know, waxing poetic about it. It's not a big deal. But we can get started on the handle, which has to be wood. That's the requirement in my brain. A magnifying handle that is not wood grain just doesn't exist in my head. I also said that I wanted to clean up that red from the heart, and I haven't done that yet. I can do that after this. I think this is probably too small for me to actually add wood grain texture to, but I think that's fine. And I want to do, if this is going to be a darker color, I want to do that after this. So let me just clean that up while I'm thinking about it. Because we have a lot of red on here from when we was doing the heart last time. Which we don't need at the moment. Oh my god, it's Maddo! Hello, dear Maddo. Lovely to see you. Hi, everybody. We were actually talking about deers and elk earlier, so you've picked a very thematic day to arrive. Um, yeah, welcome in. What were you up to today, Matto? It's such a cute raid. But hi everybody. I hope Matto's stream was delightful. It usually is. Um, Hi, I'm Katie. If you don't know me, I guess I could introduce myself. That's a normal thing that streamers do. Yeah, right. Matto is definitely my favorite deer, and second goes to that um, silly deer slipping on the slide. Um, but it's like not even close, honestly. Matto wins like completely there. Ooh, fun. I'm good. I've been having a stressful couple days, but we're working on a little guy, and I love a little guy. Yeah, so I actually talked about this last time when Matta was here that I was like, I want to do a little bug sticker that has a reference to Tangle Tower in it. This is the result of that. That's what we're working on today. Um, I'm working on a set of collectible stickers that are all going to be bugs, and this one is going to be one of my rares. Um, and if my stuff was a little less messy, I could easily find some other bugs that I've done. But it is a little messy, so I will continue looking through that. But here is what we finished last time. My color of the month this month is this beautiful gold color, which is what the beetle is going to be, which is based on the golden tortoise beetle. Yeah! So, just so you can see a little bit of what I do normally, I paint a lot. I do all sorts of stuff. I sell stickers. I do all sorts of funky little stuff. And I don't know. I generally make a nuisance of myself on the internet. Um, but here is one of the finished bugs. That's a little rubber ducky isopod in a bathtub. We also have a peacock fly and a peacock jumping spider. I'm warning you guys, so there's going to be a spider on stream in a second. So if that freaks you out, you can look away. But I promise that he's very cute and he won't bother you. He just wants to go on a date. He just wants to know. He just wants to know if you would go on a date with him. Um, and then we also have this darner dragonfly who is darning a sock. But yeah, I do all sorts of random arts. We packaged this one up last time so that I can send it to somebody. But I do a lot of watercolor. I'm also a fiber artist. But watercolor is a lot cheaper and easier to do on stream, so that's mostly what I do. If you have any questions for me, I'm happy to answer. One of my favorite activities is talking about myself, so that's why I had to take up streaming. But yeah, Matto, please, and anybody else, please feel free to skedaddle and go take care of yourself. I know streaming and watching the streams is hard work. And you guys deserve a break if you need it. Hi, Big White Bear. Good to see you. But we're gonna work on this guy, and with like the vague little Tangle Tower reference here. Yeah, yeah, definitely go take care of yourself, and go piss deer. You know. I really should just like write a script for welcoming people in. That would make my life easier in the future, but I will forget that. Okay, so I know what to do for the actual lens now. That's what we were looking at. I do need to get the underbit painted first. I know, stars. We should like make one together. Or you make me one and I'll make you one. Okay. I think I'm just gonna go for painting our little beetle guy on the paper first because I need to do that before I do the rest of the magnifying glass. So then, while that's drying, we can start on our underpainting for the beetle. I'm having to think like way too hard about literally everything today. It's just because I had to wake up early and I was stressed out, but it's fine. We're fine. Oh, we were talking about a little script for raid intros. But yes, we are also making bugs. Just because I don't know, it's one of those things where you like don't really know what to say. It's awkward to talk about yourself. But I also feel like I don't have the kind of content that they expect you to have when they're trying to push you to make a like stream trailer. It's not really like it's very more suited to gaming than it is to making art, which Twitch as a whole has always been more about gaming than making art. Um, but it's one of those things where it's like I don't know how to do that. Because a lot of gamers will like just have like a raid video that they play when people come in. Do you think I want the colors to be like a little bit lighter underneath the magnifying glass? Just to kind of give that distant look through the glass, you know? Let me... Yeah, exactly. Like I mean, I am loud sometimes, but it's usually just when I'm like laughing. Like I am a loud laugher. That's a thing. Although, sometimes I think the mic cuts out when I'm laughing because I laugh so loud. Which is, I don't know, just is what it is. I don't know. I just laugh loud. Sorry, I have too much joy in my heart. Like the mic can't handle it. Hmm. I don't know that I don't know that I've seen Shark's trailer. I haven't hung out there like a huge amount. I have like my usuals and that's pretty much it. I'm sure it's fun because Sharks is fun. Like that that tracks, that tracks. I was thinking that I'd take a bunch of clips of like me forgetting what I was talking about and just make that the trailer. Because I'm kind of tired of Twitch like nagging me every time I go to my own page to make a trailer. But yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, exactly. Because I thought that was funny. And like, if I'm not amusing myself, then what's the point? Oh, good luck with work, Big White Bear. Our hearts go with you. What? Okay. I cannot keep a thought in my head today for love or money. And like, it's fine. It's not that big a deal, but I'm frustrating myself because I keep forgetting what I'm doing. I want the legs to be a slightly different color. That's what we were working on, and that's why I was looking at the reference. That's not different enough. Like that. Maybe a little bit brown. Like that. Oh man, I was telling you guys that I was going to replay Lottle Knots the other day. I definitely started that the other day, and I thought that I was done, but I was like, I'm just gonna go around and like clean literally anything I can find because I'm not done playing yet. And I found a secret area that I didn't even know existed. Like, I've completed this game all the way through twice, and I just found something on the third playthrough that I didn't know about. Hello? So it's like, I can just finish this level and then go to bed. And then I was like cleaning up on my way back to some place to drop off one of the Lottles, and they were like, BT dubs. You just found a huge secret location. And I'm like, what? Well, I can't finish this game tonight then. I'll have to finish it, like, I don't know, tonight maybe? While I'm chilling. I really like it. It's very much like a cutesy power wash simulator, except you also get to have little fish follow you around. So highly recommend if you enjoy like the calming cleaning game kind of vibe. There is like an oxygen running out aspect to it because you're underwater. So if that stresses you out, be aware of that. But it is a nice little game. I'm trying to decide how I want to portray the clear part of the exoskeleton. I don't know that there's like a good way to do that. Maybe just making it a little gray. Maybe green gray. Just since I'm going to be using green in the underpainting for the other one. I do like a very light green gray around the edges. Just kind of like that. Yeah, Shawnee, I totally get that. I don't know, Subnautica is like too much for me. I would get freaked out. Just 'cause like I don't like having enemies. The only time like I really have ever played like any sort of game with like real enemies regularly, I think was like Fantasy Life. And I guess I did go through a Fable phase. That's another one. But for the most part, I really don't like playing things where I need to fight stuff. I guess I played a little bit of BioShock when I'm having really bad panic attacks over nothing so that I can give my brain something to panic about and then I can turn off the game and that fixes it. Which is ridiculous. That's a ridiculous brain hack. My brain is a little ridiculous. It's fine though. I did watch I play Subnautica though, which was fun. Yeah, exactly, Shawnee. Like, okay, you want to throw a hissy fit about a slow tiger? Here's a fast tiger that's shooting guns at you. Get over yourself. Like, very much the, like, old school dad meme of, you want something to cry about? I'll give you something to cry about, except at my brain. But I have, like, I love the BioShock games. Like, I love the story and I love the world building. I find it really fascinating. They are not the kind of game that I can play, but I have purchased them twice, even though I have never played them all the way through. Because one of the things about capitalism is you vote with your money, right? So if I like a game, even if it's like not for me to play because of my own brain weirdness, I'll still buy it. Like, I enjoy what you did here. Here's $5 of spending money, you know? Like, I do that with games that I like do play too. So like I think I've bought like maybe 10 extra copies of Last Campfire to give out to people at this point because I love that game so fucking much. Great game. If you guys haven't played The Last Campfire, please play The Last Campfire. It's so cute and wholesome and I love it. Welcome back, Matto. And yes, I am definitely the overbuyer of games. I will double buy games. I will double buy games and then buy extra copies for my friends. Like, it's gonna happen. Thank you for the follow. I love Last Campfire so much. And it goes on sale like super cheap on a regular basis. Um, but it's such a nice little game. That one, and let's see what other ones. Let's see what games I can list off the top of my head. I've been trying to play more indie games like as a whole. That was my quote unquote New Year's resolution for a while. Um, yes, please, Shawnee. Um, so that was my New Year's resolution a couple years ago. I don't really do New Year's resolutions the way a lot of people do them. I say, here's something I would like to improve on. Like, so one year it was play more indie games, and last year it was read more. This year was take more photos of myself. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do yet for next year. I haven't pinpointed something yet, but I'm sure I will. And like I'll figure something out. And also, it doesn't matter to do it in January. Like you can make a commitment to make yourself better at any time of the year, and I encourage you to do so. Do it whenever the brain feel strikes. Um, but let's see, which ones have I played? So I played on a lot of them on Switch and then double purchased them when I got a Steam Deck so that I had them on Steam too. So Last Campfire is one. Hi, Lib! Um, One is Tangle Tower. I bought that on both Switch and Steam Deck. I Am Dead is one that I really, really like. Only a little bit. And I'm mentioning other ones. Don't look at me. But yeah, Last Campfire is one. I've played that on um, three different, not consoles, three different locations. I played it on iPad, I played it on Switch, and I've played it on Steam. Um, but yeah, so I Am Dead is one that I really like. Tangle Tower is one I really like. Um, let's see, I did Down in Bermuda on Steam Deck, which was pretty nice. I didn't double purchase that one though. What's another one? Beacon Pines is another really good one that I did on both. Yeah, there's a lot of good ones. A lot of good ones. And you should tell us, Matto. Yes, tell us about the himbo deer. We love talking about indie games. And also, just in case people don't know, Matto works with games and has actually worked with Tangle Tower, which is the reference here, which is really cool. So we trust Matto's opinion in these parts, not just on games, just in general, honestly. Um, oh, okay. I feel like I've heard about that, but I don't know a huge amount about it. Because I'm pretty sure Matto mentioned that he was playing that earlier. And welcome back, Cap. Sorry, I'm like me skipping around my own chat. Oh, did I watch you play it? That's why. What? Actually, okay. Stars, what was the name of the one where you had the little bookstore that people were being buttholes about? Like the customers were being buttholes about what they could get and what they couldn't. I need to be more specific. Yeah, we really have all the besties in chat today. Do you remember? If you don't, that's okay. Please don't freak out about it. Yeah, the little bookshop stand thing. Yeah. I like how I just make the shape of the thing. Yeah, that one. Hayseed Night. Oh, that's cool. I'm gonna write that down so I don't forget. I will say, like, my indie game life has gotten so much better since I got a Steam Deck. Thank you, Shawnee. I love you. Okay, that's probably why I can't remember it. It's just because it's like a really basic name. And so I'm like, it can't just be Tiny Bookshop. And then it is Tiny Bookshop. Thank you, Shawnee. Shawnee is DMing me links. Shawnee is seriously like, I don't know, one of the people who mods the same way that I mod. Which is why I need to keep on Shawnee to make sure that they aren't like putting themselves out. Because I think we both take things a little too serial sometimes. Um, what outfit should you put Lucy in next? Um, I could say the mean answer and say that you should put her in something from One Piece just to piss Lib off. What would Lucy's special little power be? Excellent. I'm glad, Shawnee. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, but like in you wouldn't know because you don't know. But in One Piece, the like bosses. So I have never watched One Piece. I'm just gonna throw this out here. I have never watched. All I know from One Piece, I have learned from Cap info dumping at me about One Piece, which I love dearly. Like there is nothing better than listening to somebody you care about info dump. Just saying. Um, but like the little fruits give them a special power. So I think I'm wondering what Lucy's would be. Like she already does change color, but you can be trusted, Stars. You're fine. Do I remember what I was doing? No. The answer is no. I was letting that dry. And then I wanted to do this. Oh, that's interesting. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just gonna start picking up paint and we'll see how it goes. I do really like the like huge red stain from when we were doing the heart on here. So I crocheted these little cotton doohickeys to use as like a water hold to try and use less paper towels, which means that it ends up looking like really ugly. But it is fun to like look back and see where like the big splotches of colors are. I don't know. I do need to wash this again. She's a little grungy, which like we still love her. She's still doing her job great. Okay. I was cleaning that off because I was going to use this gray. That's what was happening. I remember. Yeah, for real. And part of the reason that I have multiple mods, even though I'm a small channel, is so that you guys don't need to worry about always being on top of everything all the time. Because, like, one, I'm an adult. I can look after myself for the most part, and when I can't, I have people I know I can count on to help me with that. And two, you guys don't need to, like, be working, you know? Having everything on your one shoulders is not fair to you, so that's why I have multiple of you, even though we're still tiny. There's probably like a real medical answer for that, Lib. I could not give you the real medical answer. But I am going to say if you've been taking a lot of CBD and not drinking water, then I would suggest you drink some more water before you take more. CBD, I really don't anymore, and you don't want to use me as a reference for how much weed to take. Um, so I do CBD and THC. I do one edible a week maximum. I have very strict rules about how I use substances because I'm an alcoholic. Um, so I know that I will end up using substances to hide from myself instead of working on myself because I've been there and done that before. But still, just the CBD, you should still drink water with it because it is still something that you're putting into your body that your liver has to work on to take out. Is my point. Hey, Aria. I'm proud of you for getting sober. It's so much work. I really think that people don't realize how much work being sober actually is. Because, like, it only takes one little decision to not be sober anymore, but it takes like 6,000 million decisions a day to stay sober. Like, it's a lot. So, like, I see you. Good work. Ooh, that may be a little bit too dark. It's gonna dry lighter though. I think I'm just gonna go for it.
You're doing amazing,
Thank
sweetie.
you. Yeah, I know, Lib. And like, yeah. I'm a lot healthier than I used to be in a lot of ways because I stopped drinking, but getting there was like a whole thing. And honestly, the reason I did it was because I realized I was turning into my mother, whose alcoholism did kill her. So we aren't doing that to anybody we love. We've decided that. Um, Oof, yeah, yeah, for sure. It's definitely substances do not be cheap. I need to be careful about how much I mess with this, or I'm gonna lift up all of the color from underneath. Thank you. I don't always feel like it, but I'm always trying. Well, we all know that DARE did great things for the youth of America, like teaching us all the different kind of drugs that would be available to us when we were grown up. Um, I do think I kind of want to just do like some little swishies in here, just to give a little bit of texture, like that. Right? It's so wild. Yeah, so I don't even remember what DARE actually stood for, but they would like come to elementary schools. It was elementary schools specifically. Like they also did middle schools and high schools, but they came around when I was in elementary school. Um, and it was basically like a cop and a bunch of like other quote unquote knowledgeable people coming to teach you all the dangers and scary things about drugs. And so they would tell you like all of the street names for every single drug and tell you what would happen to you if you took it in like the biggest scariest terms possible. And like if you're just imagine that you are a little 9-year-old and your biggest problem is whether or not you're going to get a Furby for Christmas. And then suddenly you have a bunch of adults telling you a bunch of scary things that could happen to you on drugs that you didn't know existed. And you didn't know was a problem because you are a 9-year-old. Um, yeah, the information was correct. Um, but it definitely like there are a lot of studies done about the long-term effects of that, and it wasn't good. So, yeah. Hi, Bean! And I'm so sorry you've had an aggravating day. I hope that tomorrow is kinder for you, and I hope you can find some peace today. Yeah, the US health system and the US school system are both fucked in like some overlapping ways, but it is like a lot. And yeah, we had continuing drug education as part of our health curriculum through school. And I remember specifically at one point in high school where they gave us all these little surveys about our drug use and sex use. It was both. I don't know why they were doing that. I don't know if they had like picked our school for um like a census survey or something or like a study. Um, but that was not good information that they got from us. I can tell you that right now. Nobody was honest on that. Like, if you give a bunch of like 16-year-olds a survey and say it's very important and it's all asking about drugs and sexual habits, like, nobody's gonna be honest. Yeah, we didn't have Dare in high school. Oh, actually, you know what? Okay, people outside the US, I'm gonna tell you something horrifying right now that you may have not heard of. And this has happened in multiple schools across America. I know that it happened in mine. But the week before prom, they had a big assembly on the football field. And it involved a crashed car, like a real crashed car being dragged out into the football field. And multiple actors posed and covered in blood like dead bodies who had been in a car crash to teach us about the dangers of drunk driving. No way, Arya! That's wild! See, we had like, yes, that shit really happened. It happened in my high school. And I'm not the only one. Like, it wasn't just the high school, like my high school, I mean. Um, See, we had actual professional actors come in and not just like the school students. But I went to like a really it was a public high school, but it was in a very affluent town. So they got a lot more stuff than most other schools did. Oh, that's wild, Aria. You could make a killing uploading that to horrify Europeans, honestly. Because, like, pretty much the reaction to anybody in the US going, oh, yeah, I had that too, is a bunch of, like, Europeans going, what the fuck? Which is so valid, because, yeah, what the fuck? But, like, it really didn't do much of anything. I don't think. Like, I don't think it changed anybody's behavior or anything. Like, I will tell you that I, for one, was not paying attention. Because I was in the back row of the bleachers making out with my boyfriend. Yeah, that's so weird. Like, I understand the purpose of that, but it is not... I don't think that's a productive way to go about things. I guess I'll put it that way. But, like, I don't know. Definitely a large part of my youth was dealing with like wild scare tactics that didn't actually like keep me from doing anything because I never ran into these situations that they were warning me about, but it did give me major anxiety. Like it's absolutely wild. Same with like all the stranger danger classes when I was in elementary school. Like that's not yes, children should be aware of the world around them and know what to look out for to keep themselves safe. But like saying every single stranger is trying to murder you is maybe not the best way to go about that, guys. Just a thought. Yeah, exactly. It's so wild. Oh, that's wild, Arya. Yeah. Wild. And like not to get like too deep on stream, because this is a topic that we should not delve deeply into, but I was in danger as for some of my childhood in a way that was warned against, and I will tell you that it wasn't a stranger that was doing it. Um, so I think a lot of the like rhetoric around that, especially when I was growing up, I think that it has gotten a little bit better over time, was like giving people the wrong information completely. Because, like, for the most part, children aren't harmed by people they don't know. They're way more likely to be harmed by people that they know and have been told that they can trust. Like, so maybe we should be going into that instead of the alternative. Yeah, exactly, Shawnee. You need to be scared all the time. That's your job as a child. Yeah. I don't know. I also, I don't know if everybody knew this, but I was an elementary education major. That my plan since I was in kindergarten was to be an elementary education teacher. Um, so I have like a very inside track on a lot of this stuff because I was a traumatized child and I also was planning on doing work with children. So you get a lot of the information from having been in a situation as a child, having had to deal with those like the weird cop coming to your school and telling you to be scared all the time, and then also seeing the side of being required to talk to the law if you can tell something is happening, right? And so, with all of that information, I can tell you that we are still doing children an injustice. It's like, it's wild. Because, like, you aren't allowed to actually know everything, and also, if you try to tell somebody, they're going to call you stupid and say that you probably are overreacting. But also you need to have a trusted adult. Like it's so weird. Oh geez, Aria. To be fair, I don't have it on DVD, but there is footage of me having a panic attack and crying in a Mexican restaurant on my birthday when the waitstaff sang happy birthday to me even though I asked them not to. That was back when there was a brief moment in college where I was filming vlogs um, daily and editing them and then uploading them. They're all on private now. Um, but that was definitely a thing that I did. Yeah, mine is local, the Mexican restaurant. And it was I think it was my 22nd birthday, maybe. That doesn't seem right though. It must have been later than that. Um, but because I was of age, they gave me free shots, which was not the right way to go about life while I was having a panic attack. But yeah, I don't get why we must make a public spectacle out of everything. Yeah, exactly. So I had like asked specifically and I told our waitress that I did not want anybody singing me happy birthday. And then one of my friends who was there who hadn't heard me say that went and requested it from somebody else. And like I know that they didn't like mean anything by it, but it did not go great. Yeah, I don't yeah. People get mad when you're like just reacting to something and it's wild. Like yeah. Yeah. And the tea was good, Shawnee. I think I mentioned what it was when you weren't here, maybe. Um, but it was my tea company's version of throat coat, basically. It was one of the ones in the advent calendar, and my throat's been a little bit sore lately, so a little serendipitous. Yeah, and I definitely, oh my God, I should tell you guys the roller coaster story. I've told this one, I think, in Lib's chat before in text, but I've probably told it on here before too, and I just don't remember. But I hate roller coasters, just in case anybody was wondering. I despise them. They freak me out, and I don't like them. Even the little kiddie roller coasters freak me out. I will hold your stuff when you go on the roller coaster. Like, that's my job when we all go to the amusement park. I'll hold your stuff. You go have fun on the roller coaster. Um, but when I was young, I don't know exactly how old, but it was still when Joe was living in Oregon. So maybe I would have been like 10 or 11, somewhere in there. But I said my uncle had taken us to an amusement park, and I said that I didn't want to go on the roller coaster, and he made me go on the roller coaster. Um, because adults feel like they get to have complete control over children. I don't know. But I was on the roller coaster and he was trying to take pictures of us while we were on the roller coaster. And he was like upset with me because I was staring down at my white knuckles on the safety bar the entire time of the roller coaster. Um, because I didn't want to be there. And so once I got off the roller coaster, I walked right over to him and puked on his shoes. I held it. I waited just for him. He was not pleased with that development, but it was his own fault. And then he got mad at me. But it's wild, the like lack of agency we give to children. It's like those are little people. Treat them like it. Yeah, you've heard about this Uncle Cap. So yeah, they do. Yeah, I don't know why people don't understand why you wouldn't like roller coasters. Like, it's scary on purpose, and some people don't like that, and that's fine. I don't get why it's such a big deal. And like, you need somebody to hold your baseball cap, otherwise it's gonna fly off on the loop-de-loop. Like, you should be thanking me. I also sometimes with friends would like stand in line to get lemonades or something while they were off riding the roller coaster. Like, it's a public service, you should thank me. But one of the things with my, I guess, elementary school and middle school, all the way up into high school, was there was this little amusement park near the school that we would go to for special trips. So, like, if we, read enough books for the summer reading challenge or whatever, um, we would get treated with a trip to this amusement park. And so that was like a regular thing that we all had to do. Well, had to do. We all got to do. So the opportunities for me to avoid going on roller coasters were frequent. Yes, exactly. I'm the DD of roller coasters. I hold all your stuff for you. And I will go get you a nice cool beverage when it's really hot out, you know? Oh, I cannot do like haunted houses and stuff. Hoya. Yeah, I don't like, so my I'm just going to talk about elementary school today, apparently. My elementary school had like a Halloween festival that they would throw. So it was in charge of the school and all the proceeds, like it was like a fundraiser basically. So you would have like your Halloween dance in the gym, and you would have like little carnival games and stuff outside. And some of the parents would always set up a haunted house in there, in like one of the bigger rooms, which was also where they held chess club. If anybody wanted to know that random fact that my brain just pooped out. Um, and I hated those. I hated it. I hated it. I hated it. It was like not even. super scary or anything. You just walked around and there was some guy in like a hockey mask and some dry ice. It wasn't even that scary, but I don't like it. Like, I'm sorry, my brain makes life scary enough for me without any help. I really don't need to be adding extra to that in a situation where I get in trouble if I hit you because I'm scared. Like, I don't like scary stuff. What's wild though is I do like horror movies. And specific kinds of horror movies. I'm not super into gore or anything, but I do like scary movies. But that's because I have agency over the scary movie, right? So if I get too scared or if I get too freaked out, I can turn the movie off and walk around the house. You don't get to do that in a haunted house. If you get spooked too hard, you just gotta suck it up and then you're stuck in the haunted house for longer, you know? Oh, yes, you should, Shawnee. I do go through horror movie phases for sure. I also really like bad horror movies. I'll throw that out there. That's one of my favorite things is to watch just like a horrible, horrible horror movie. You're right, Cap. You're right. Except it's my house and I know there's only one extra guy in here. And that guy is related to me and won't hit me. I need to decide what color to do for the legs. I do think that their legs are a little like browny orangey color in comparison to like the rest of the beetle. Yeah, oh God, one of the Winchester House movies. Like there are a million movies called Winchester House. I don't know of anyone that's particularly good. Um, that's a good idea, Shawnee. Maybe I'll do like a brown and then do green, like a green tint for the shadows. That would be good. Not entirely accurate, but who cares? It's art. Um, but there is a Winchester House movie that is on, or it was on Amazon Prime Video for a while. And it's so bad. It has no relation to Winchester House at all. They just called it that for some reason. It's so weird. It's such a bad movie and it's delightful. There's like 35 different hauntings happening all at the same time, and some like medium shows up and immediately dies, and then his ghost is leading them through the house to try and be safe. It's so bad, and it was delightful. Yeah, it's gonna be even shinier once I add the metallic paint. But yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. I am gonna end up deepening these shadows quite a bit because since we're gonna put the metallic over top, it's gonna make it less drastic. So, but we gotta layer it. We gotta do the layers, you know. I picked that up from Rainbow. I know exactly where that voice came from, and it's Rainbow's. That's so funny to me. Love language, like neurodivergent love language, is just picking up all of your friends' vocal stems. That's all it is. Which is why I also have like libs put those grippers away in my head on a regular basis. Like, yeah, Rainbow is really cool. And if you don't follow Rainbow, you should follow Rainbow. She's on break right now because she's working on a big move. Um, so she's gonna be closer to me, coast wise. Get your bears in. Lib says it like that specifically because I like it. Oh yeah, that one's really good too. Yeah, exactly, Arya. Exactly. It's good. Same with Rainbow's little Boston accent that she does is also very good. Why did I pick up this color? What am I doing? Antenna. That's what I was doing. The ends of these antennaes is dark. So I've never been in Maine, so I cannot say that with any like real confidence, but Lib lives in Maine, so I would assume so. Although sometimes Lib thinks that things are like main things, but they aren't main things. They're just Lib things. Like the pizza, or saying Hamburg instead of hamburger and ground beef. But I do think the way Lib says room specifically is a main thing. I love you too, Lib. Yeah, room. Like room. I can't do it right. Yeah, we like you, Lib, and we're stealing your words. That's what this is about. I will say that I'm going through and making my art versus artist thing. And I always do, well, I've started doing one that's digital and one that's physical art because I do both. And like if it's easier to not have to only pick 9. It's easier if I get to pick 18 and they're in different categories. But definitely one of my favorite things that I've done is the sandwich sandbox that's on Libstream. So that's definitely going on there. I love that. I love the way that turned out. I just really like the way I'm just gonna say this outright, and you guys can do a hee hee ha ha about it. I really like the way I lovingly rendered the meat on that sandwich. Thank you. Lib does also love my goopy wiener. It's true. Oh, that would be cute, Shawnee. Yeah, I'll lovingly render your meat anytime, handsome. Oh, I didn't update the command. I forgot to. Speaking of, I didn't update Cap's command. I will try to remember to do that. Ooh, I almost said something really self-deprecating that you guys would have yelled at me about, but I didn't. Don't worry about it. Thank you, Shawnee. I owe you my life. I'm kind of tempted to make his little toes black like he has nails, even though I know that that's not accurate even remotely. I don't know. I should just leave his hands are the way that they are supposed to be, and I should just let them exist. I do think their little hands are pretty cute, though. Right, I'm not saying it, see? See? I'm not saying it. It's already gone from my brain. I don't remember what I was gonna say. Oh, I need to do his eyes too. Yeah. Noted. Eyeballs. I do like how these guys kind of look like they're wearing little space helmets. Because of the thing. Oh, did you guys want to see his hands? I've been talking about how cute his hands are, and I haven't shown you. Look at how cute their little hands are. He looks so polite. It's just one of those days, Cap. It's okay. Also, why have I not given you VIP, Cap? What the fuck? What am I doing with my life? I know, like, worst girlfriend in the world. What am I doing? There you go. That should be fixed now. He used to. I'm not sure where it is, but there, you can be VIP, and we also know you're an artist for the channel, so. But that should be fixed now. Sometimes the artist brush just randomly disappears too. I know that from being an artist in other channels. Okay, let's deepen up some green here. Might add a little bit of orange in here too for the underpainting. Yeah, Twitch just kind of does things sometimes and doesn't really care. Cause like I've had the artist brush and Jix stream for like years and years, and sometimes it just disappears and he has to re-give it to me. Hi, Sky! I think. And therefore, I am. I don't know what I was gonna say. It's gone already. I'm doing. How about that? God, the poor dental assistant who was working with me today asked me if I had any fun plans or was traveling for Christmas, and kind of just got hit whole hog with like I was not overly sharing, but I was honest, which is not great. She was like, "Oh, well, good luck." And I'm like, "Thanks. How about your Christmas plans?" And she was like, "Oh, I'm going to visit my sister in Arizona." And I'm like, "Oh, great. You can get some sun. Enjoy it." It's like, "Yeah, I know. I'm sorry." Yeah, pretty much. But I do think that it's nice. So this dental place is relatively new. Like I've only been there a couple times, but I changed from my old dentist because he creeped me out a lot, and I can tell you guys specifically why later if we want to go into that. But I do like that with every single like assistant and hygienist I've worked with, when they ask if I want to be like drugged when they're working on me for like a cleaning or whatever, I go, yeah, I would like that. I have the anxiety. And they always go, yeah, me too. I get it. Like, I appreciate that. Like, thank you for getting it. Because I don't know, my last dentist, like, really was bad about the anxiety stuff. Because I mean, I have anxiety in general, but also about tooth stuff. Which is not super surprising given the state of where I'm at there. But I don't know. Yeah, Lib. They'll give you like nitrous oxide and stuff if you have really bad anxiety. You can ask for it. So this dentist drugs me up for cleanings. Right, Shawnee? Maybe I'll make a sticker like that, Shawnee. I'm sure somebody else has done it, but yeah, so this dentist is really nice. I enjoy them like as much as you can enjoy a dentist. Um yes, Matto, definitely. That's my whole purpose in life is to go fast, and that's why I don't have a driving license. But I think it's nitrous oxide, right? Laughing gas? I could be wrong. But I ain't no chemist. In fact, I've failed chemistry 4 times in my life. Um But yeah, they've been really good about it. So they ask on like their intake paperwork if you have dental anxiety. It's pretty nice. Okay, okay, I wasn't sure. Because I know gases have multiple purposes, as do minerals, you know, but that doesn't mean that I'm remembering the right thing at the right time, you know? I did consider adding like the little gold symbol on here, like they have on the notes in um, the specific evidence piece in Tangle Tower, but I decided that that was disingenuous to me as a person. Ooh, I can just drop a paintbrush too, that's fine. Oh, there is an artist who does something like that. I'm remembering now. It's Simkay. Simkaye, I think, does have the nervous dog art that they do as stickers. Because I remember thinking I wanted to get one, but they weren't up in the shop yet. And I think they do a shirt. I don't know if that was like a limited time thing or not, though. Let me find. I'm pretty sure I remember. Did I spell it right? Oh my god, I even remembered the correct spelling. Who is she? And why does she have it so together? Yeah! This. Yeah, I will do that, Matto. It is going to be a specific sticker in my collectible sticker set, but I'll probably like print a couple extra to send to them if they're interested. I will send them stickers. But also, yeah, see, this was, I think, a limited time, but there's also this little chihuahua that says, "Don't touch, I'm hungry," which is also a vibe. But they can, sorry, I'm jumping back and forth between sentences. They can also have extra stickers that are exclusive because they made the thing that inspired me. So there you go. But Simkay also does these really cool, like, little cartoons with the raccoon that a lot of people have seen. Yeah, yeah, I definitely will, but I also intend to send them stickers if they would like to. Like, that was already in my brain, so I piggybacked off of that. But yeah, Simkay's great. You should follow Simkay. They make good art. Yes, we love a nervous dog. That raccoon specifically was I think it's a cat is the other character they do regularly. But it's the I can speak. It's the cat asking, "Why won't you just ask for help?" And the raccoon falling off a ladder with a bunch of boxes saying, "I would rather die." And if that isn't a mood. Thank you, Shawnee. But yeah, Simkay's art is really cool. I like them. Oh, I was gonna add blue to this, and I never said that out loud. I just thought it in my head, and then I've changed my mind about it. So you guys just got to get the Cliff Notes version of that journey just now. You're welcome. My brain is not tracking correctly, which is fine. It doesn't need to, but it does get a little frustrating. Or Cole's Notes, yes. Also, Spark Notes is one that people use a lot too for that saying. Which I think is probably a generational divide. That would be my guess, because Spark Notes wasn't a thing until I was in like high school, I think. Because it's basically like the online version. Versus Cliff Notes, which were printed books. Which is also wild. Maybe I'm not making these legs dark enough. I also think it's probably fine. Yeah, And you're younger than me, Sky. So that would track with my generational divide thought. Although I think I'm probably in like that weird zone in between where some people my age would think Spark Notes and some people would think Cliff Notes because we were like right in between when things were changing. Oh, Great Expectations. I had the kid version of that I read when I was little. So they had like I don't know what the right phrase is for that, but they had like an abridged kids version, like a set of classics books. So like there was Great Expectations and like Black Beauty and stuff like that, and I had a bunch of those. Yeah. Mediocre expectations. I made a joke that I shouldn't make on, or I almost made a joke that I shouldn't make on stream. I'm being recorded. I need to remember that. But so I have read an abridged version of Great Expectations. Was my point. That was the whole spiel. That's annoying. I never really had to do, well, I guess I did do a big anthropology paper similar to that concept and one in history, but they were never as like, I didn't have like a board looking at it or anything. It was just my teachers, you know. So not as big of a deal, which is good because my anthropology paper, like for the capstone, it wasn't really the capstone, but like one of the upper level classes was god awful. Like, because he wanted it to be too long. Like I did not have enough material to fill up 20 pages, even though I had been like, I read what 30 books for this paper and even more papers, and like I did not have enough material to fill that up with the topic that he had given me. Like there was a list of topics we got to choose from. So there was definitely just like a completely personal random diatribe section of my paper um that he called me out on, and he was like, "Why'd you do this?" And I was like, "Why'd you make me write 20 pages with a topic that needs 10?" And he was not overly pleased with that response, but he'd already given me my grade, so he couldn't do anything about it. Because I was writing about feminism and anthropology specifically and how it changed a bunch of anthropological theories. And like, there's only so much to say on that, honestly. Like, there's a point where there is nothing else to say. And I had reached that point at like 12 pages. So I had to shove a bunch of other stuff in there. Just to make up the page length. I do think that in general, if you have a specific page length and you don't have like a range, then you probably aren't teaching correctly. Just a thought. If you say this paper needs to be exactly 20 pages, then you're delusional. I will take a sippy, thank you. Ooh. I will also smack my mug. Actually, maybe I want to use a little bit of gray there. Also had, sorry, I'm still just like ping-ponging across topics in my brain. I also, one of the other books that I had in that like abridged child's collection was Secret Garden, Which I also got obsessed with a movie of that for a while when I was a kid. I got obsessed over weird stuff when I was a child. I mean, I still get obsessed over weird stuff. But, like, I've said this one pretty often. Who expects a second grader to request an Oregon Trail themed birthday party? Hmm? Yeah, exactly. Like, it's still, I just lean into it now, you know? But yeah, I definitely got like super hyper focused on the Oregon Trail when I was a kid, which makes a little more sense when you know that I lived in Oregon. But that's still a little weird. I also had a phase where I was like obsessed with the Irish potato famine, and I ate raw potatoes for breakfast for a solid 2 weeks because that's what Irish potato farmers did when they were in the field. And I once again want to point out that I was never diagnosed with neurodivergency. I still haven't been technically, but like the signs were there. Like that's not a normal child. I say with affection in my heart for little me. Like me and my other friends who had been diagnosed with neurodivergencies, even if it didn't happen until later. Um, Thank you, stars. I have sent my paperwork into some place. They just haven't gotten back to me because they have like a really long waiting list. Um, but like me and my friends had this play pretend game. Um, that we would play at recess. It was like one of our favorite games. And we were frogs to start out there, which A plus, yeah, that's normal child behavior pretending you're a frog. But we were frogs that would lead each other out of slavery on a frog underground train to freedom across the playground. And this was a regular thing that we did, like multiple recesses, and we would take turns leading. Like, I also ate ants. Sky, that was the thing that I did. I also ate random things that people like mixed together in high school for their allowance money because I went to a rich school, so they got like $50 in allowance and I got $2. So I would just eat weird stuff and take their money. Again, nobody looked at this girl and went, perhaps we should get her tested for brain weirds. Like, what? Why has it taken me until I'm in my 30s to realize? What the fuck? Right? Like everybody did go, huh, odd, but then they just kind of left it at that. They were just like, yep, she's a little freak. Like, okay. Love that, Arya. That's so on brand for you. Yes, I am still a little freak. I mean, maybe I'm a big freak now. I don't know. I've gained a lot of weight since I was little. That's great, Arya. I love that. Like, legitimately, that is the most on brand thing for you I've ever heard in my life. Oh, have we can tell another fun high school story that will prove the little freak comment, I'm sure. Have I told you guys about the time I flashed my vice principal? I was wearing my favorite shirt at the time, which was pretty low cut, and I may have been thin back then, but I still had a lot of tit. Um, and I wore this shirt like at least once a week, but for some reason this day, the vice principal decided to stop me and tell me that my shirt was too low cut. And so I just pulled the shirt down and said, I don't care, and walked off. Um, and because I was such like a good kid, but not good enough to get noticed, I was just like a mid kid, if you will. He had no clue what my name was. So I didn't get in trouble for it. Um, like he couldn't do anything to me because he didn't know my name, so he couldn't put it in the paperwork. And because I was always very nice to all the admin assistants in the office, like I was the only kid who brought in gifts for them on admin assistant day. So I would bring them cake and stuff. And because I was nice to them, when he brought me into the office to try to write me up, they pretended like they didn't know my name. So the real lesson is be nice to your admin assistants, people. Oh, admin assistant day is like an appreciation day, kind of like, I don't know, International Women's Day kind of vibe, except for administrative assistants. I think maybe it's just a US thing, I'm not 100% sure. But still, if you get your admin assistant a gift, they will be really appreciative. I also have done that for the person who's in charge of scheduling at the university. So, and now we're like friendly. We've never actually met in person, but we always exchange nice pleasantries, and it's great, and I love it. Admin assistants are always overworked and often underpaid, and nobody says thank you, so tell them thank you. It's very simple, and it means a lot to them. That's so valid, Arya. Honestly. My trick to stop getting bullied was to date a guy who was like ready to throw down all the time. And because people were aware that he like had a lot of weight behind his punches, they stopped making fun of me. So. Yeah, I was kind of one of those for a while. I wasn't getting paid correctly for it, but I was doing admin assistant work. I actually should test my 10 key skills again. It's been a while. I don't really have a 10 key though. Maybe once I get my computer set up, I can do like proper test and see. Yeah, that's totally fair, Sky. I will also say I shouldn't only credit my boyfriend in high school. I also started getting bullied less once my tits came in. Which is really weird, and it's like so obvious, and people think they aren't being obvious, but it's really obvious. Like, they thought I was just gonna suddenly forget all of the times that they tortured me during lunch in elementary school. And like they had a chance now, and that was not the case. Yeah, that's totally fair, Arya. Like, honestly, being a teenager sucks. Like, it really sucks. People are like expecting you to make all of these big decisions and while still not giving you any agency over your life, and you're going through like 6 layers of hell because your body and your brain are changing, and nobody gives you any grace about that at all. It's wild. I don't understand people, like, on multiple levels, I don't understand people who say high school are the best years of your life. Like, what experience did you have? Are we living in different worlds? It's wild to me. That actually reminds me that I did have a dream the other night with somebody I went to high school in the dream, which was weird. Because I went to high school, like, there was a guy in the class under me who is like famous now, and is like a pro NBA player. And I still follow him on Instagram and stuff. Like, we were never close, but we had a math class together. In my dreams, for some reason, he always recognizes me. It's really weird. Like, my brain has decided that if he saw me now, even though we haven't talked to each other in like 20 years, that somehow he would recognize me. I don't know why. I can say that I survived high school. I did not do well there. There were some like good things about it, but overall it was not a good place for me. And part of that was just because of the town that I grew up in. So that's fair, Arya. You deserve to punch people who insult you for that long. Honestly. Okay. I do at some point want to put white ink highlights on the magnifying glass. We still need to color this properly and then put the gold on top of it. But I think I'm gonna leave that for next time. Um, just so that I don't get this done and then give myself more to freak out to try to get stuff ready for Friday because I don't know what I'm gonna be doing. So if I leave this at this location, it will be fine. And then I will have that to at least start on Friday so I won't like work myself into a frenzy thinking about it. Um, yeah, exactly, Arya. As long as you can like appreciate where you've been and the parts that you want to keep and the parts you don't, like that's really the important part of how you ended up where you are. And like sometimes a bunch of really shitty stuff happens to us, but it can still help shape how we interact with the world and how we want to be seen, you know? So that's some value to it. And that's not always easy to see when you're like in the midst of something that's traumatizing and bad for you, but you can still shape it into something. Like you don't need to let it keep stabbing you. You can melt it down and I don't know, make a spatula with it or something, you know? Like you can do whatever you want with it. What was I doing? Nobody knows. I'm apparently cleaning out my emails now. Oh, I was looking to see if Lib had started yet, but I think they're starting a little later today. I have so many DMs. I'm so popular. Is that right? No, it says 3 p.m. We'll just sit here and wait until Lib goes live and then bother them. Yeah, for sure. Figuring out like um figuring out like I cannot make this sentence in my brain right now. Come on, you can do it, buddy. I believe in you. But like yeah, learning what you want to leave behind is like really big for sure. Like recognizing things that you do that you aren't a fan of and then figuring out how to move forward with it is really big. Yeah. Mhm, mhm. Yeah, I got like the evil version of introspection, honestly, cuz like really it just ends up in me being self-critical a lot of the time. So, but yeah. It's not just depression, it's also anxiety. And you're right, Shawnee, I haven't taken a photo. Thank you for reminding me. But I think part of it is also just neurodivergency and trying to figure out how to be a person correctly. So you kind of like pick apart everything that you do to try and figure out which pieces match other people's pieces so that you can fit in correctly. And a lot of times, what that really means is we're throwing away pieces of ourselves that we feel like won't help us fit in, but are actually essential to making us happy. So, unlearning that and picking up the pieces of yourself that you've thrown away along the way is definitely something you should do. It's not easy work to do, but it is important. And sorry that I just called all of you out violently. That's mostly a self call out. It's not depression, it's DiGiorno. Ooh, excuse me. I think we've hit the limit of my brain cells today. I say as if we haven't already done that today. But I definitely have like I just call it schedule autism a lot of the time. Like, I'm really specific about schedules and I need to know what's happening. And then when I show up to something and the schedule changes, it like really throws me off. And I was a little bit rude to the receptionist this morning when they were like, "Oh, yeah, we can't do your cleaning today." And I was like, "Oh, well, I could have used, a warning phone call about that." And like, to be fair, I will say my version of rude is not rude, rude. It's just like, it probably just comes across as friendly most of the time. Because really, like, unless I'm actively trying to be mean, which is very, very rare, I generally come across as pretty perky and kind. Um, but I was definitely shorter than I would have liked to be with the receptionist this morning because I was thrown off. Good for you, Sky. Like, I have been called a bitch a lot in my life, and to the point where that's a word that I use for myself now. Like, like, if you ask me what my gender is and you also have gender words, my gender is bitch. Um, but really, the way that people use the word bitch is just when you're acting in a way that they don't want you to act, and sometimes the way that you're acting is in direct correlation to how they have been treating you. And I think that that's very related to my gender, honestly. Hi, lesbian. Good to see you. Yeah, that's totally fair, Cap. You've been putting up with like a lot at work, and you should pop off, honestly. I will do a stretchy, thank you. Um, I forget what else I was saying. I don't know. Oh, bitch, yes. Where I'm performing gender in the way that I want to, but like other people have decided that it falls in line with other stuff. I don't know. I was talking to Grim about this the other day too, where it's just like, I don't like people I don't know automatically she herring me, but people who know that I'm doing it weird are allowed to she her me. I don't know. It's like you have to unlock the ability to she her me. Yeah, I feel that, Sky. Like, I generally am a pretty nice person. I make an effort to be very kind. But also, if I'm tired of your shit, you get nothing from me. um, so there are definitely some people that I like don't make an effort with. And exactly, Aria, exactly. Like, you have to realize that I'm doing it a little weird before you're allowed to do it. You have to unlock level 2 friendship, which is pretty easy. I'm friendly. Like, it's not difficult to become friends with me. But because I'm so warm and nice all the time, I feel like, and I've been told that it is not as drastic as I think it is, but I feel like it's very apparent when I've decided that I don't like somebody and they aren't worth the effort. Yeah, that's fair, Sky. And like, to be clear, like, this journey that I've been on to, like, I don't know, be a bitch by setting boundaries, like, has taken a very long time. Like, it's not an immediate you decide to do it and then it's done. Like, it's constant. And I'm still dealing with it all the time. Like, that's just how it goes. But once you realize that, though, it does make it a lot easier to just, like, you notice yourself doing it, and once you notice it, you can figure out where it's coming from and how to fix it. But I was doing hand stretchies, but I will do more hand stretchies after I finish putting on chapstick. Um, I was doing hand stretchies off screen, so that doesn't really count, does it? Um, I will say that I've been doing a project that involves a lot of writing. Sorry, we're changing topics again. Keep up. Um, I've been doing a project that involves a lot of writing, which always messes with my wrist, like my bad wrist. I'm pretty sure I broke it when I was in high school and didn't get it checked out. I love that, Aria. The biggest dancing in the world. Um, I lost my train of thought. I got distracted. Oh, I've been writing a lot, and usually, like, I know that it makes my wrist sore, so I'm careful with that. But it has made the first knuckle on my pinky swell up, which is a new one. Because that's where I rest when I'm writing. I rest like right here, and it made it like so angry the other night that I had to take like anti-inflammatories for it because it was like hurting and hot to the touch. And I was just like, ah, cool, that's definitely a normal body thing. We'll need to keep an eye on that. Yeah, I think um this is such a stupid story. I was upset at a boy, specifically the boy who was willing to punch other people to protect me. Um, and I ended up hitting the door like this. Um, it wasn't dislocated, I promise. I promise it wasn't. Um, my body just reacts with heat to like a lot of stuff. Just it's like one of my stress responses is like getting a fever and stuff. Um, but I hit a door like straight on like this. Um, but there was a design on the door, and so part of it stuck out a little bit, and I hit my wrist on it, and like it bruised really bad, but I thought it was fine. Like it hurt a little bit, but it's still like it's caused me problems since then, and I haven't gotten it checked out because I'm a disaster. Um, like it's relatively fine. I know how to take care of it now, and it's not a big deal. So I might have broken it, or I might have subluxated something, or like full on bumped a carpal into the wrong spot or something. I don't know. But it costs money to get that checked out, and it's money I don't have. So, oh, that's fun, Sky. Oh, yeah, that sucks. Putting it off for that long. Hmm. At least it was a pinky? That one's generally easier to deal with than the other ones. But yeah, that's rough. Like, I very rarely get to the point where I feel like I need to hit anything. Like, just in general, my anger gets turned inwards. That's just how I function. I very rarely, like, flip out and start, like, hitting things or whatever, or screaming or whatever. But there have been a couple times in my life where that has definitely happened. And most of them happened when I was a teenager. So, but that's just because my frontal lobe wasn't done cooking yet. You know. That's totally fair, Arya. My anxiety, like, I'm sure this is not a shock to anybody who knows me, but my anxiety and depression both manifest as like more self-harm and internal harm than rage. Um, and there's specific reasons for that that we don't need to get into on stream today. But you know what we can do? We can go raid a silly bear, and then I can go and chill with my half a brain cell for a little bit. Thanks everybody for stopping by. It was very lovely to see you all. Oh, I should switch over to the ending screen. That's a thing that I do. Usually. Okay, yeah, we're gonna go raid Lib. Um, thanks for being here. Thanks for being nice to me. Thanks for hanging out. 2 raids today, which was really exciting for me. Thank you. I always appreciate people popping in. And it was nice to have talks today. I've been having a weird brain time, which is like constant, you know, but it was a weirder brain time than normal. So it was nice to have a little bit of normal in the day, you know? Um, and just, you know, chat about stuff. Even if it was like, we always do like a weird span of topics here. And I don't mean that in like a negative weird. It's just impressive to see how many topics we all can jump to. Honestly, like, wild. Okay, let's load that and let's start a raid. Yeah, real stream of consciousness. Okay, so there have been 2 raid commands put in the chat. The first one has emotes you can use anywhere on Twitch, no matter if you're subscribed to me or not. The second one has an emote that you can use if you're subscribed to my channel. So please copy and paste the one that is appropriate for you. And yes, definitely do a shrimpy check. Give yourself a little stretchy, because it's good for you. I will be back on Friday morning. And then we will be SOL on streams for a while because I'm going to be leaving. So I will see you on Tuesday and we can, do all of our little chatties and it'll be fine. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being nice to me. I never remember what to say. Why can I not remember when I'm going to say it? Like it's fine, and then I forgot. I don't know. My brain didn't do the thing. Be nice to yourselves, okay? And also brush and floss your teeth so you don't end up with a 15K dental bill, okay? That's my suggestion to you. Because sometimes you think you aren't going to be around to deal with the aftermath, and then you are, and then you have to deal with the aftermath. So just avoid the aftermath altogether, okay? And I'll talk to you all next time. Okay, bye.